I know you can't give too much away, Samuel, but tell us about your character and how the sort of story develops from that point.
I'm just going to basically say what you guys said. Yeah, so he's a young man who has chosen to represent himself for his closing speech in court. And when we meet him, he's on trial for murder. And then he kind of tells this compelling story of how he ended up in the place that we find him, which is all to do with this beautiful woman here called Kyra, Sophie, played by Sophie. And yeah, how like love has led him into kind of the sort of treacherous path that we watch throughout the course of the show.
And that relationship is key. You can see just from the little bit that we've seen there that there's like amazing chemistry between the two of you. You have to get that bit right, don't you? That slight cheekiness right, which you do. You must get on brilliantly.
I love him. I absolutely love him.
Did you know each other before? Or did you...
No.
And how
I'm not sure if you can tell she's Australian, so like, we had.
What does that mean?
No, we just hadn't met. We just hadn't met until this show brought us together, which is really lovely.
And when you get sent a script like this, how do you know that you're going to have that kind of that special connection?
I think you don't really know. It's it's kind of chance, and so it's really lovely when you actually meet someone that you really get along with, and it's easy and fun.
And did that happen from sort of minute one in the casting room?
Yeah, we had like the sort of chemistry reads, and a lot of super talented actresses walked through the door, and there was just something about the way we connected and the way that we did the scene, and I guess the casting saw the same thing, and our director saw the same thing, and thought this is the matchup that you wanted. I think we got very lucky, I think, being able to secure Sophie, for sure.
And from the bits I've seen, it's slightly driving me mad because I still don't know who to believe. And that's the key to it, isn't it? That suspense is so key.
For sure. I think we're trying to bring the audience in and kind of include them as almost like the 13th juror, as it were, to decide for themselves whether or not they believe their lead character's story,
Because Sophie, you mentioned sort of that love element, but there's love and there's family and sort of really interesting themes that develop over the course of it, aren't there?
Well, I mean, I feel like love is really much the kind of crux of the show, and it manifests itself in familial love and romantic love and your love for your friends, and I think love is very much the catalyst for so much of the kind of progression of the plot.
Agreed.
It's all about that.
I know one of the things...
He agrees, yeah.
Love each other. A lot of love around this morning. I know when you've spoken about it before, one of the things that you wanted to talk about is how we all make judgments about people and how to slightly step away from that, and how important is that for you in taking on this role that we don't know about this character and we can't judge him by looking at him? Yeah,
I think it's again part of so important to the basis of the show, and one of the most important themes, I think, trying not to judge a book by its cover. We'll look at this character, we'll see him in the circumstances that we do in court, and it's very easy to kind of put our own sort of biases or ideas that we may have about him just by looking at him. But then when we hear his story, we actually connect more to his humanity, and I think that's beautiful.
As an actor, to kind of get into the world, because it's laid out for you so well. But I think definitely just trying to immerse yourself as much as you can, watching things, reading things, really getting in the world.
And what about mastering the accent? I mean, Samuel mentioned that you are an Australian. So
have I? I hope I have.
No, I was going to say,
I sincerely hope I have.
The accent is amazing. Is that something that comes? I know you're an actor and it's your job, but is that something that comes easily to you? Because some people do struggle, don't they?
Struggle, yeah. I mean, I had a really wonderful dialect coach on this, and we worked like from maybe a month before we started shooting through the whole process. So it was, intense. I hope I nailed it.
Did you have a phrase or a word that you kept struggling with? Or what kicks you off if you need to get back into it? Do you know that? Have you got like a trigger point?
I don't know. I feel like Sam just used to tease me all the time.
Oh, right, okay.
Because like I'd slip up and he'd be like, hello.
I'll try my really poor Australian
accent.
Just to like kind of keep us all.
Maybe that's what you need to film something in Australian. You have to put on Australian.
Yeah.
That's where the pressure will really tell. Yeah.
You don't want to see that. No one wants to see that.
Oh, it's been great to talk to you. And Samuel, just before we let you go, the character Hero. Do we ever find another name for him?
So I think it's kind of an interesting name. I think it's really about the audience deciding, is this guy actually a hero or is he a villain? But his name isn't Hero. We never actually hear the character's name in the show, and I think that's kind of, he's meant to represent sort of a group of people, or people that look like him, that maybe we just kind of throw, again, our stereotypes or ideas about onto. But yeah, I guess it's down to the audience as to whether or not we decide he's a hero or not.
It's a fascinating watch, and a great slot as well. Sunday at 9 o'clock. Starts, what day are we today? Monday. Starts next week.
Gosh, it's only Monday.
No, yeah, you don't know me. Starts on BBC One this coming Sunday at 9. Thank you very much.